The Ant and the Grasshopper **. Once upon a time, in a sunny meadow surrounded by tall trees and colorful flowers, there lived an industrious ant and a carefree grasshopper. The ant was always busy, working hard every day, while the grasshopper spent most of his time playing his violin, singing songs, and enjoying the warmth of the sun. The ant had a small home underground, where he stored food for the coming winter. All through the summer he worked tirelessly, gathering grains, seeds, and berries. He would march back and forth, hauling food to his burrow, and he didn't stop for anything. The ant knew that winter would come eventually, and he wanted to be prepared. Meanwhile, the grasshopper would sit under the shade of a tree and play his violin, creating beautiful melodies. He would laugh and dance around, enjoying every moment of the summer days. He often saw the ant working hard and would call out to him. "Why don't you take a break, my friend?" the grasshopper would say with a smile. "You work so hard every day. Summer is the time to enjoy life. Come, join me in song and dance." The ant, with his tiny legs moving swiftly, would shake his head. "I can't," he would reply. "I must work now, so I'll have plenty of food when winter comes." The grasshopper would laugh and shrug. "Winter is far away. Why worry about something that won't come for ages? Live in the moment, my friend, and enjoy yourself." But the ant did not listen. Day after day he continued his work, while the grasshopper continued his carefree ways. The ant stored grain after grain in his burrow, knowing that he was preparing for the future. The grasshopper, on the other hand, continued to sing, dance, and play his violin without a care. As the days grew shorter and the weather turned cooler, the leaves on the trees began to change colors. One day, a chilly wind blew through the meadow, and the first snowflakes of winter began to fall. The grasshopper, who had not thought about the cold days ahead, found himself shivering. He looked around for food, but there was none. The warm sun of summer was gone, and the ground was hard with frost. His beautiful violin was no help now, and the songs he had played in the summer seemed distant and pointless. He realized with a heavy heart that he had nothing to eat and nowhere to go. Desperate, the grasshopper remembered the ant's burrow. He had seen the ant working so hard all summer long, storing food for the winter. Maybe, just maybe, the ant could help him. The grasshopper, cold and hungry, made his way to the ant's home. He knocked on the door, and the ant opened it. "Hello, my friend," the ant said, surprised to see the grasshopper standing at his door, shivering. "What brings you here?" The grasshopper, his voice trembling, said, "Ant, I am cold and hungry. I didn't prepare for the winter like you did. Could you please share some of your food with me?" The ant looked at the grasshopper for a long moment. He had worked hard all summer, while the grasshopper had wasted his time singing and playing. The ant's heart was kind, but he also knew that there were lessons to be learned. "You didn't prepare for the winter, grasshopper," the ant said. "While I was gathering food, you were playing and enjoying the sun. I worked hard so that I could survive in the winter. And now it is winter, and you are cold and hungry." The grasshopper hung his head, feeling ashamed. He realized that the ant had been right all along. He had ignored the future and only thought about the present. But the ant, seeing the grasshopper's misery, sighed and said, "I will help you, grasshopper. I can't give you everything, but I will share some of my food with you. Let this be a lesson. Enjoy the present, but always plan for the future." The grasshopper, grateful but still embarrassed, nodded. "I've learned my lesson, ant. I will work hard and plan for the future from now on." The ant gave the grasshopper some food, and they both sat down by the warmth of the fire in the ant's cozy home. The grasshopper, thankful for the ant's kindness, promised that he would never again take the future for granted. From that day forward, the grasshopper worked hard during the warmer months, gathering food and preparing for the winter. He still played his violin and enjoyed life, but he now understood the importance of balance. The ant, too, continued his hard work but also took the time to enjoy the sunshine and the simple pleasures of life. And so, the two friends lived happily, each learning from the other and finding harmony between enjoying the present and preparing for the future. The end.